Hey everyone, so it's after the show, well, a lot after the show, it's the day after. I'm almost done editing the video at this point, and I didn't make an ending to it, but I was doing it in the car, and the camera kept falling and stuff like that, so I figured I might as well just do it again here. So, as you saw through the video, I saw Les Miserables yesterday at the Cadillac Palace Theater, and it was amazing. Like, I don't know, like, I can't say it's my favorite show that I've ever seen, but it's probably the most epic show I've ever seen. That's the best way to describe it. It's so epic with that music. I mean, I was watching The Nostalgia Chick a couple days ago and her review on it, and she said, like, there are moments in the show where the score even gasps at how kick-ass it is. And I was like, that's so true, because it does. Like, there are certain moments in that show where the score just stops because it's so epic. So, yeah. So these are my tickets from when I got it. I bought them myself, actually. We were in row R in the balcony, and they were only $22, and that's because I bought them on the pre-sale. And that's a good thing, because yesterday's performance was sold out. Whoa. Yesterday's performance was completely sold out, and so were the rest of the performances. It's popular, as you can tell. So the bad news is, my camera, which is the one I'm using right now, decided to be mean and did not save the pictures of the understudy board. So the good thing was, and this isn't necessarily a bad thing either, I had no understudies, which hardly ever happens to me these days. I had no understudies on at all. I think there was a swing on, but that was it. And so, but because of that, I have no clue, and don't even try to make me remember. I have no clue who played young Epony, young Cosette, and Gavroche, because the kids alternate. I have no clue who played who, and I asked on the Broadway in Chicago Facebook and the Les Mis Facebook to see if anybody who went there yesterday knew, and so far no responses. So I have no clue who was on that night for those roles, but I can tell you no understudies at all, which never happens, and it was awesome. That, like, our seats were good. We had a really good view, I thought, from like the back of the balcony. We were like third to last row in the balcony, and that was actually a decent seat, believe it or not. We were all the way to the right, and it was not obstructed at all. It's like, I think if it was at the Ford, it would have been obstructed, but it was not obstructed at the right at all. Like, I can't remember where I couldn't see something on the right. So that was really, really good. Show overall was great. Peter Locker, who plays Jean Valjean, was awesome. He had a great voice. Everybody in the show is like amazing singers. Brianna Carlson-Goodman, who played Eponine, she has a beautiful voice, and she can belt. Like, wow, her voice was beautiful and everything, and she was terrific. What's her name? Shwana M. Hammock, who plays Madame Thénardier. Oh my God. This was the first time that I've ever heard someone clap during like her part in Master of the House, where she like does her little solo part in it. The audience was just laughing so hard. It was unbelievable. Like, we were clapping like halfway. She wasn't even finished with her little solo section. People were clapping halfway through it. And now my favorite actress in the world, Betsy Morgan. Oh my Jesus, is she amazing. Like, her voice, I love her voice, and her acting is brilliant. Like there are no words to describe her. I just love her so much. And this particular performance, I could hear her tears all the way in the back of the balcony. I could hear them. Like, that's how amazing she is, that I could hear her tears. Like, I didn't see her tears, I heard her tears. I heard her voice, and her voice was so beautiful, but she really put the hurt in her voice because of what Fantine goes through. And honestly, I am super mad that they picked Anne Hathaway to play Fantine, because first of all, I don't like Anne Hathaway that much. She's not my favorite actress and everything, but oh my God, her singing I Dreamed a Dream on that trailer, she's like, oh God, feel sorry for me. It's so forced to me, and I just don't like it at all. I really don't. And her acting, like, they just released the clips of the movie, and she's like, and the whole time. And Betsy, she's kind of like, the way I see it is because Fantine, while her story is tragic and it's really sad, I mean, she's pissed in a way, as in this doesn't deserve to happen to her. And I think that's how Betsy feels about it, is that she plays both emotions perfectly into one. And it's like, you see how she kind of looks mad at the workers when they're like saying all the shit about her. And so I always feel that with her performance. It's just so good. You feel everything. And when she died, it was like, it was sad. Now for my dad, let's just say, as you probably have noticed, my parents aren't the Broadway musical type people, and while my dad did like it, he slept through most of it. Like, he has no clue what the story was about. Like, at intermission, I'm like, how do you like it? He's like, I have no idea what the heck they're saying. And I'm like, well, yeah, that happens. So, again, overall, brilliant. It's just a brilliant show. I got these 2 flyers, and I have a couple more of them for Sister Act, which I saw last week at the Auditorium Theater, and then a Les Mis flyer for the new one. So, yeah, I got those. Okay, now, this is the souvenir program that I bought when I saw it the first time back in February of 2011. God, that was so long ago. And this is the first program that they ever had, so it's got the old Jean Valjean, and most of the cast that I saw then is gone now. One thing funny is that the new Andorius, I think that's how you say it, doesn't have the crazy hair that this guy had, which I thought was kind of funny. But, so yeah, so my intention was to get this signed on the cover by a lot of the cast, and to have Betsy Morgan sign here. Well, we walk into the theater, and there's a little issue. They have a new souvenir program, which was not good, because I needed to get the new souvenir program, of course. So, this is the new souvenir program. There's one big difference on the cover. On this one, it says the new 25th anniversary production, and this one just says souvenir brochure. And so it does have pictures of the newish cast. I'm using new loosely because this is not the Jean Valjean I saw. This is the second Jean Valjean that they had. And I saw a new one, Peter Locker. And it doesn't even have Brianna Carlson-Goodman in it. It still has Chasten Harmon and everything. But, so, yeah, and the Betsy Morgan page is the same, but I'm waiting to show you that. And this time it actually has one of the cast inserts in there. So that's really cool. First one that I've ever seen in color like this, so, yeah. Okay, so now on to Stage Door, which you can see right here. So, yeah, I didn't get a lot signed, but there's reason for that and everything. So, I go out there, and the first 2 people who come out, they come out and they sign my program. Now, these 2 people, I'm not really sure who they are, but there's one signature right here, and where's the other signature? I can't find the other signature. Ah, right here. I haven't really taken the time to look and see who they were and everything, but yeah, there's that. And so then they sign, and whatever, and so then they're walking away, and I'm looking over, and then all of a sudden I hear someone say, I hear like the stage door open, and it like bursts open, and this lady's there, and she's like, "Are you Sal?" And I look over, and it's Betsy Morgan, and she like literally runs over there and comes and hugs me, and she's like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you're here! I marked the day on my calendar and everything. I can't believe it." And then she told me that I told her how she was my first fan mail response, and she's like, "Yeah, I remember getting it a long time ago, and I remember I sent it, and I'm like, oh, I wonder if I got to him. I wonder if I got to him." And she saw my video that I uploaded when I'm like Betsy Morgan fan mail, like the first fan mail response I ever got, and I was like, oh God, I can't believe you saw that. And so then she's like, okay, I have to sign your playbill and I have to sign your souvenir program. So she signs right there on the playbill, and she signs in my souvenir program, and she signs this wonderful little thing right here. I'm actually going to get a frame for this today because it's so beautiful. It needs to be in a frame. And it says, "To Sal, you were such a wonderful person, and it is a pleasure to meet you. Till next time, love, Betsy." And then right after she wrote Betsy, she's like, "Do you want me to write my last name, because we're like friends now here, okay?" And so I'm like, "No, sure." And then so I also brought these with me, and she saw them when she opened the page. She's like, "Don't show this to me yet." And so the first one I show her is the Little Mermaid playbill, and she like screams. She's like, "Ah!" oh my god. And then Brianna Carlson-Goodman, who was there talking over someone, she hears her scream like that, and she looks over and she's like, why are you screaming? And then Betsy shows her this, and she's like, oh god. And so Betsy signed in, she's like, wow, I can't believe it. And I'm like, you know, you should have been Ariel instead of Sierra, right? Don't get me wrong, I love Sierra Boggess, but I love Betsy much more. And so she signed it for Sal, Betsy Morgan. And so she signed that. Then she signed this, and I showed it to her. And she's like, oh god, every time everybody shows me that, and they're always like, Betsy, this is your life. And so, yeah, and she signed that. And then Brianna Carlson-Goodman, who was there, and oh my god, she is so nice too. And like, oh wow, she's so nice. And so she signed right here on the playbill at the bottom. She didn't sign in the program. I only got 2 signatures on the front of the program. And then Shawana M. Hammock came out, and I think, I can't say for sure, she might have, no, I don't think she did. No, she did. She signed my playbill right here, and she also signed inside the program as well, and she signed in front of her little picture right there during Master of the House. Or no, Beggars at the Feast, my bad. So yeah, Betsy, and she's like, okay, we gotta take a picture, and then I gotta make a video for your vlog, because she knew it about my vlogs. And so we took a picture, and I think that's the best stage door picture ever. It came out like super nice. And then she did the video, and the video was so sweet. And then she dropped the terrible news on me that Sunday is her last show, which is tomorrow. I was like gonna cry, but I didn't. And oh my god, I can't believe she's leaving. It's so sad, because she is the best person to ever play this role, and if you don't agree with me, I'll fight you. I will. And like, I love her. I mean, words can't describe how much I love her. This whole cast is just amazing. Like, I literally just watched a review, like, not even 10 minutes ago, of someone saying that this is the best Les Mis cast ever. And it really is. And this new production, I'm gonna go back to the production for a little bit. Right after the prologue, where he's like, "Another story must begin," and then it stops, and then they put on the stage, and it says Les Miserables, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's kick-ass. I didn't remember that, and I'm like, I see what you did there, and then the whole show, I like this set. I think it translates better with the story, because it gets you a little more interested. Like, the set doesn't really do anything like really cool until it goes to Paris. That's when it starts to move and stuff like that, and that's when it gets really cool. But yeah, back to the stage door. So Betsy's like, yeah, I'm leaving, Sunday is my last show, and I'm like, why? And she's like, oh, you know, and and her new replacement, I forgot her name, but it's like French. It's a French and Canadian name. It's actually a very fancy name, I'm not gonna lie, but I forgot it. And so yeah, then she left, and then I left, and I was sad. But yeah, so then she hugged me again, and then she left. And then funny thing after that, there were these other girls there, and they came to me, and they're like, how did you know her and all that stuff? And I'm like, well, I sent her fan mail. Like, I sent her fan mail twice, and I told her how much I loved her the first time I saw her, and how amazing she is, and how her voice is a godsend and stuff like that. And they're like, oh really? And then like, you have to tell me what the name of that video is. And I told them it's called Betsy Morgan Fan Mail. So if they're watching it, thank you guys. You guys are extremely nice too. And so yeah, and the whole cast, you guys are amazing. You guys are just brilliant. And Betsy, win that Tony Award, and when you win that Tony Award, I will fly out to New York and see you in that show. I will. I just win it, and because your voice is beautiful, and your acting is beautiful. Like, you're just an amazing person, and I thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me and do all that. It was just so nice of you. And so yeah, that's about it. Sorry for the shortish vlog, but so thank you guys for watching. The next show I plan on seeing is for Christmas. I want tickets to see Kathy Rigby is Peter Pan, because I have the, wait, let me get it. This was my childhood when I was little. I haven't watched this in years, but I know I want to see it badly. So thank you for watching, and Hopefully I'll see you guys in February when Kathy Rigby's Peter Pan does come. And thanks for watching, and I'm going to try and make a lot more videos now, and I'm going to be sending out more fan mail now. Like, to this weekend, I'm definitely sending out to a couple people, Les Mis and in Sister Act. So, thanks for watching, and bye.